What's up, guys? It's Lord Both here with another video, and Marvel Rivals just keeps eating. They are doing phenomenal in development. Let's take a look at the article. This comes to us from Games Radar entitled Marvel Rivals Devs Reveal Season 2 is already completed and that the studio has already completed designs for Season 3 and 4. Speaking to PC Gamer, Marvel Rivals game director, I think that's Wangyang Shen, reveals the content for Season 2 is ready and set to go. This means that things are done and dusted in advance, as Season 2 of Marvel Rivals is allegedly set to launch next month on April 11, 2025. That's impressive enough, but Shen then notes that the designs for Season 3 and 4 have also been completed and are currently under intensive development, saying, quote, "Overall, everything is progressing smoothly. We don't even currently know what's happening with Season 2, so to hear that things are already in play for Season 4, which probably won't release until the end of 2025, is kind of wild." Of course, it hasn't been smooth sailing the whole time for Marvel Rivals, with some characters feeling wildly good or having obnoxiously strong team-ups. Yeah, that's the whole thing with adding characters constantly, right? Balancing becomes a difficult issue because we're changing the dynamics of how many characters of different kinds of classes and what the makeup of all the teams looks and feels like. So yeah, balance can become an issue when you have this much influx. Characters arriving so fast feels like it would allow more of these issues to arise. But then again, being busted is part of the game's charm, isn't it? I would argue that no game's charm comes from it being busted. Even games like Stalker 2, where people are like, oh, the bugs are kind of just like, fun little things that we're used to. Well, it shouldn't be. This is the same kind of mentality as like my wife's cousins, who live down a very, very rocky, bumpy Afghan goat trail of a road in the deep, deep country. And I know if I was super rich and I paved that road, they would complain and be like, oh, you can barely feel the bumps anymore. It shouldn't be like that. Just like games being busted shouldn't be part of their charm. They should work smoothly. They shouldn't have issues that arise with balancing constantly. It annoys the majority of gamers. And that's how you start to lose people. But for the most part, it seems like they've been able to handle those problems. I mean, the game still has well over 100,000 people playing right now, just on Steam, with a 24-hour peak of nearly 200,000. So yeah, it's doing just fine, especially when you compare it to its closest rival. A game so desperate to get players back into it and not leave it for Marvel Rivals that they've controversially reintroduce loot boxes. And while Overwatch is churning out maybe 4 new characters a year, Marvel Rivals is churning out a character almost every month across all 4 seasons. And they have up to Season 4 planned out already and in development. That's crazy in terms of level of development compared to something like Overwatch 2. The point here is that Marvel Rivals seems to be doing it right. NetEase is eating Overwatch's lunch by being incredibly smart, giving the people something new continuously and on a regular basis, while also making sure certain things they can cut and places where they can trim the fat, like their departments in the United States that were all about, I think it was like R&D or like testing development, something like that. An unnecessary function for the game anymore. And at the time, yours truly and a few other people thought, well, wait a second, this is a little weird. Shouldn't you be making money hand over fist and yet you're cutting people? Well, it turned out that they were strategic economical cuts. Parts of the team that just weren't needed anymore. It was actually smart business planning. For once, it was a video game studio not being reactionary, but proactive. Something you rarely ever see anymore in business in general. But yeah, it seems like NetEase is doing a great job. They're on the path to success. They're going to continue to succeed. And whatever you think of Marvel Rivals and whether or not you're a hero shooter guy or not, I'm not. You can't deny that this thing is successful when you look at it. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go ahead and leave in the comments. If you like this video, go and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, appreciate you watching all of it, and we'll talk to you again later.